What's going down, y'all? It's your boy, BlackPegasus, BKG until the death of me, and why more stage time does not equal more fans for opening artists. This is a topic I always see, me being an artist that tours and does shows regularly, plus being a promoter putting artists on shows. There's a misconception that being on stage longer will get you more fans. So let's talk about it. First and foremost, this does not apply if you are headlining a show. If you're the headliner or the main attraction, you kind of make the rules, right? And I recommend a longer show because the audience is coming there just to see you, and you want to put on a show that makes them want to come back. So this does not apply to anyone headlining a show or if you're the main attraction. Now, with stage time, stage brings fame, attention, and that can kind of be an illusion. Sometimes you think being on stage longer is going to make these people hear more of your material and become more of a fan because they saw you for all this time. Well, this normally isn't true, especially if you're opening up for a headlining artist. First and foremost, most people are going to that show to see the headliner. Even if you did sell tickets and your people are there, your people already know you. Your goal needs to be to get in front of new people and turn them into fans. And with that being said, if they're there to see the headliner, you want to make sure you engage with them quickly and give them a great show, leave them wanting more. If you give them too much, you just don't get appreciated. They're just like, oh yeah, that dude was cool, blah, blah, blah. But if you come in and if you have something very engaging at the beginning, the middle, and the end of your show, and you just disappear, that mysteriousness, that leave them wanting more factor, gets them. And that's what I think artists should be focused on, instead of having a long, drawn-out set and trying to draw it out like you're the headliner. Do what you're there for. Go to engage this audience quickly and turn them over into, at least if they're not a fan, at least knowing your name. That should always be the goal, to keep generating interest in what you're doing on that stage. Some of the things you have working against you as an artist is all these different dynamics of a concert. Most people there, or a big percentage of them, are going to be drunk. So if they can't even remember their bar tab, how do you think they're going to remember you? This is another key factor in being on stage too long. If you're on stage briefly, your chances of getting to those people is a lot faster. Also, you opening up, that's a beneficial thing, because by the time the headliner goes on, a lot of people are already so drunk, they just kind of want to vibe out. They're not there focused on the opener. And being the opener, you always want to make sure that people leave knowing your name. That's at the least. If you can get them to buy some music, better. If you can get them to follow you on your social medias, buy some music and know your name and become a fan, that is the ultimate goal, every show. But all these different dynamics play. Also, I've seen this personally. When you're opening for really big artists in bigger venues, they have rules. The local openers or the opening acts, they never have the sound turned up to capacity or full blown. It only gets turned up to that certain magical level for the headliner. These are all things that artists need to understand when they're performing, so you can really get in there, bang it out, earn your audience, and keep it moving. So that's one thing. I don't even know if some artists know that. You should, but when you get on stage, you're like, hey, turn me up, turn me up. A lot of times, and these are with bigger concerts, sometimes it's in the contract, sometimes, you know, the headliners have certain rules, or they have their own sound people there running the sound, and they keep the opening acts at a certain level. And then when the headliner goes on, everything is bigger. There's a light show. The sound is this, because the headliner is the main attraction. I've actually seen really good bands get kicked off of tour because they were way better than the headliner. So these are things you want to think about as an artist when you're performing. Don't dumb your stuff down, but have a strategy. Know what's going on so that you can capitalize and get a bigger audience from doing your shows. There's a saying amongst salesmen: be bright, be brief, be gone. When I started doing hip hop shows and concerts, you know, there's something about everyone paying attention to you and that fame, the women, all these things. You want to be up there as long as you can. It's a drug. It feels amazing. But in reality, You want to create some type of mystique, mysteriousness, and leave them wanting more, especially if you're an opening act. And that saying, when I heard it from a salesman, be bright, be brief, be gone, I actually started implementing it. And I would get these shows where I'd open for really big national acts, and they'd give me 30-minute sets, and sometimes even 40-minute sets. If they gave me a 40-minute set, I would do 25. If they gave me 30 minutes, I would do 20. Have my DJ kind of warm them up and go out there just explosive, and make sure the first song, super engaging, the middle of the show, there's some type of joke, tagline, engagement that creates this memorable moment, and then end with something very memorable and be gone. Once I'm gone off that stage, people are like, hey, who was that? They want to meet you with the merch, all these different things that when I'm just on stage rocking too long, it's almost like they get worn out. They're like, you know, and I know some artists have seen this. You might be performing, they start chanting the headliner's name. I've seen people start getting booed. All these things happen because you're on stage too long and you wore out the crowd, or they're worn out because they're ready to see the headliner. These are little tactics you can use, be bright, be brief, be gone, to elevate your audience and get more fans from your performances when you're opening up. These are little things that I found to be helpful, you know, when it comes to opening up, and hopefully maybe some of these concepts and ideas are helpful for you too. Kind of rambling on this one because it's a personal thing, because, you know, I tour as well. But let me know what you think about these concepts in the comments, and let's go back and forth. Again, it's your boy BlackPegasus with the I'm Always Right vlog, because I'm always right. Not really, I just like the name. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and hey, you can follow me on Instagram at BlackPegasusRaps. Peace.